and I am a writer. I consider myself to be a notable writer. One of the passages that I've just written is, I can't quite put a name on it, and I don't think a name exists for this condition, this symptom, this happenstance, but I'd like to read you this passage, and you tell me if you've experienced similar feelings to my own in this circumstance. This is from my new work, Mrs. Dalloway. I say in this passage, and Septimus heard her say, K-ah, close to his ear, deeply, softly, like a mellow organ, but with a roughness in her voice like a grasshopper's, which rasped his spine deliciously and went and sent running up into his brain waves of sound which concussing broke. A marvelous discovery indeed, that the human voice in certain atmospheric conditions, for one must be sight, can quicken trees into life. I don't exactly know what I've just written, but it's a perfect way of explaining exactly what it is that I feel when I've gotten these sort of sensations. And I'd like to practice these sensations, or these inducing triggers, perchance, because like a bullet, if you press it, it'll send off on you, to see if by chance this is something that is just a case of me or a case of many people, if you are okay with that. Okay, excellent. Well, I know that one of the things that often causes or triggers this sort of feeling inside of me is whispering. Whispering, as I've said in this passage, tends to trigger these sort of very tingly sort of feelings that just run up my scalp and shoot down my neck, and if it's strong enough, it races down my spine. So I'd like to just practice whispering in your ears, if that's okay. It'll probably sound like it's coming from the same place, but the visuals themselves do wonders too. Just the visuals of seeing someone go from side to side also just absolutely, it melts my brain. So I'm just going to whisper one on your ear and one on the other side. Let me just think about what I want to say, and I'll tell you a word. Let's do that. I'll tell you a word, and you tell me which word I'm telling you, and after you tell me this word, I'll see if you were listening and if you comprehended, and if you did, then you tell me if it triggered any sort of feelings inside of you. Excellent. Well, let's start. So, let me begin. River. Okay. Now let me try the other side. Stones. Okay. Well, they were just random words that popped into my head, but what did you feel from them? What did it elicit any sort of response? Did you feel any sort of tingles running around your scalp and your neck and your back? Well, Vita, I need you to listen to me this time. Please, just put a little more attention forth. I'll have to do it again. Water. Books. What did you hear that time? How did you feel? Okay, well, that's perfect. Okay, well, let's try it one more time. Let's try it one more time just to confirm if you can or cannot. London. Sussex. How did you feel that time, Vita? Did you feel like it felt like was it like there were dancing ants all over your scalp? Did it feel like there was a water trickling down your neck? Did it feel like there was a warmth that just raced down your spine? Well, in this instance, I would assume, Vita, that you by chance don't feel it with this going on, but something else that I sometimes feel it is when the doctor comes along to inspect me. For example, whenever they're giving me my examination, whether it be mentally or whenever someone is just focusing attention on me, I tend to feel it as well. I don't know if it's because of the eyes, I don't know if there's a physical barrier between the eyes, I don't know if it's because of any sort of attention being paid to me that might induce this sort of feeling, but frankly it is something that I feel, and so I could by chance do it to you, Vita, but frankly you have a lot of attention anyway, so well, it never hurts to try, so let's begin, Vita. Let's see, what are some exams that doctors tend to perform? I see, I know. Yeah, how many fingers am I holding up? Okay, how many fingers am I holding up now? Okay. How many fingers am I holding up here? And here? What about here, Vita? And here? Okay, well, how many fingers am I holding up now? Totally. How many now? How many now? How many now? Excellent. Well, and how are you feeling today, Vita? How exactly do you feel today? Were there any good day moments that you had in your day? Well, excellent. Great. Were there any moments of particular notice that you find are probably going to be memorable moments? Apart from this one, Vita, I don't appreciate your sarcastic tone. Just because I feel this doesn't mean that it is... Well, it could mean that it's an abnormality, but if it is, then it just adds on to the list of abnormalities I already have. Nonetheless, you need to tell me that, what else has been going on in your day, Vita? I just want to give you focused attention. Okay. Well, I'm glad that you've had a wonderful day, Vita. Even though you spent the day without me, I'm glad you had a wonderful day. Did you feel anything after I gave you a little bit of attention, a little bit of personal attention, a little bit of focus? Of course you didn't, Vita. Well, I predicted that you wouldn't feel anything over the attention only because you've received plenty of attention that isn't mine. How about the very rudimentary doctor examination? Did you feel anything when I was giving you an examination? No. Well, Vita, let me think if I can come up with a third way that I often feel this sort of feelings. And frankly, if it doesn't work, then I'll just conclude that you can't feel it. Another way that I feel it is by chance, when someone sort of touches my face, when they sort of start examining me again, but more specifically with the touch. Do you allow me to touch your face, Vita? Purely for the name of discovery. Okay, well, let me just begin now. Are you by chance feeling anything now, Vita? Nothing? What if I just do a little bit of a strolling tap around your face? Do you permit me? Alright, I'm just going to do a little bit of a strolling tap around your forehead, and down your nose, and across your cheeks, and over your chin. Anything then, Vita? No. As I predicted. Well, if you can't feel it, then I don't mind. It isn't something that I'm too bothered by. But perhaps someone else might feel the same way I do. And no, I don't find it to be shameful. Kind of. And no, it's not an abnormality, Vita. Kind of. It's just merely a very pleasurable feeling, Vita. It's a very, very nice feeling that relaxes me and makes me feel good. And frankly, I feel no shame for that, Vita. Of all the things that I am tormented by, this alleviates it. This makes me feel better. So, you may take your judgment elsewhere, Vita,